we're gonna show you guys how to fix a toilet that leaks right here. So basically when you flush it, this water just pours out right here. I already have it taken apart so far, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and record this and show you guys how to do it. But basically every time this flushes, water just gushes out on this section and just pours on the water or on the floor everywhere. So I know it's not from the supply, because if it was from the supply, it would be leaking consistently, not only when I flush. And I know it's not the wax ring because it's coming from here. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys how to take this off and replace the tank to bowl gasket. There's a little gasket in between here. It's that black thing right there. First things first is we're gonna take off these nuts. You can use a crescent wrench. Had one somewhere. Looks like this. And there's some little bolts in there, and you can use a flathead screwdriver, or you can simply just use the crescent and loosen it up. You really only have to get one of them loose. Once you get this loose, this will just come off hand tighten. And the other side, all you gotta do is push down to tilt this like this, and it will loosen it up. And then you can simply just do this one by hand too. And this will come right out. So really you just have to loosen it by the wrench. Once you get this off, pull this off, we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is our tank to bowl gasket. You can see all these cracks. That's not good. That means it's old. This, just gotta replace it and put a new one on there. That's it. Just pop it in there. At this time, you can probably check your flappers too. Well, we'll do that later. But right now we just need to replace this gasket. You can see here it's not good. So I do have one of these in my truck. I carry the universal one. It's usually 2 inches. It's the same corky flappers, but some of these toilets, they will have 3 inches. Those are usually for the big poopers. This is a 2-incher, and I got a 2-incher. So we're gonna slap this one on, and that's it. We'll put it back together. I don't need these bolts or anything. I really just need the gasket. But if you do need new bolts, I mean, these gaskets are still good in there, so I'm not gonna mess with them. I mean, if they start leaking again, I'll replace them. But I mean, I'm just gonna put on this new ring and put it in there. It's at my house, so there's no reason. Okay, we got our ring on there. It's nice, and this ain't gonna work out, so I gotta put this down. So now we're in there. Now we're gonna put these bolts back in there and tighten it up, and we'll be good to go. All right, so we're pretty tight now. Well, that's hand tight at least. Make sure you tighten each side with the crescent wrench. So you're gonna get around these nuts right there. Make sure you tighten each side like a couple of turns at each time. So don't go over here and crank in like mass tightening. If you do that, this side won't tighten, and then you might crack the porcelain in the toilet. So be careful not to over tighten. You do have a gasket, so it's rubber, which helps with the tight. Like, you really don't have to go that tight, and it's not pressurized, so it's literally just water that's going through, so you don't have to have it extremely tight. The biggest thing you need to be careful with is tightening the toilet too tight, because you do not want to crack the porcelain. I repeat, do not over tighten. All right, she's tight, she's in. Let's fire her up and pray she works. All right, so we got no leaks here, which is good. Oh, that's one other thing. This is an older toilet. You see how tight this is in the supply line? If yours is really tight, put on the supply line first and then tighten down your toilet, because there's a little bit of wiggle room to be able to get this. You see how there's a little ledge on this? It doesn't turn past this porcelain because it stops it. However, if you do this before you tighten the toilet, you have a little bit of give and wiggle room to get that on. So that is one quick tip. Full flusherino time. Feels good, looks good, no leaks, no water. I mean, that thing was spraying out. Like, yeah. Like it was gushing everywhere. You saw the towels, they were full of water. No leaks, fills up, does its thing. That is how you replace a leaky toilet between the tank and the bowl. If I helped any of you guys, if you guys could drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I keep forgetting to do that, but we'll give you more repair tips and house stuff. See ya.